Hello everybody, Logan here with another video. Today I have something really cool to show you guys. This is the Home Depot, not the Spirit, the Home Depot twitching Banshee. Well no, it wasn't even a Home Depot. Who had this? It already sounds stupid. I don't even remember who had Costco. This is the Costco twitching Banshee. Because Home Depot had this in Canada. Costco had this everywhere. Spirit had this in the United States and Canada. This thing's been sold everywhere. This is the Costco. This is the Costco twitching Banshee that I got from my good friend Crazy Hauntzilla, with like two other animatronics. One of them was that nurse that I remade, and the one is a completely just fried out untimely death statue that I'm going to be reworking. It's a cool static prop. But this is my twitching Banshee. This is one of my favorite animatronics in my collection. This is an animatronic that I have wanted for a really long time. However, they're really hard to find for a really reasonable price. Now people really like to price gouge these animatronics. And I mean, for good reason. Well, not really for good reason, but people like to really try to sell them for a lot. And it's a sought after animatronic, and it's just really cool. This is the remake from the original. The original one was, I want to say 2014, but I'm probably wrong. I remember when the original one was released. Long time ago. It was a part of SVI's twitching line, which consisted of her, Corpse, Clown, and then later they did Pumpkin Patch Prowler and the Ghoul, and then they remade this one. Then WO went and did Marie, which WO and SVI are, you know, kind of connected. But this is kind of like one of their OG characters and one of their best characters. This was, out of the original three, the only one that was not a wholesale one. This was Spirit's personal character at the time, and now it kind of went wholesale-ish. It went to a few other stores. And yeah, this is a really cool character. For one, you don't really see Banshee animatronics, which is really like a bummer, because Banshees are such a really cool creature and a really cool legend. You know, it's a ghost that wails and screams and cries, and it's like it's signifying your death, your imminent death. And you know, it sucks that we really don't get more Banshee-like animatronics. I think this one was really well done. Now, it is older styled. I mean, this is basically the same as the original one, so of course, it's freaking terrifying. Look at that sculpt. Of course, it has that from the mold, but, you know. So, twitching animatronics, how they work is they move in like a twitchy circular motion. So, they move in a circle where they jerk around really violently, and then their arms are like on a... They're like a chain. It's like the hands, and then this part, they're all chained, so they move. They're like linked by chains. And then this head is on a spring, and it's snap locked in, and then the jaw's on a hinge, so the head can move. And all of them are like that, except for Prowler, and Prowler has no hinged mouth and has solid, stiff arms. And the Ghoul has just stiff arms. But the standard ones have just these slumped arms, which is really neat. So mine is a little different from standard ones. Basically, Hauntzilla sent me a big box because we made a deal with all these animatronics. And he just put all the parts in the box. And there were some extra pulls. There's like 4 or 5 extra pulls in there. And 2 of them actually fit to this Banshee. So basically, I managed to make this Banshee. She's supposed to be 6 foot. Mine's about 6.5 feet tall. Mine's taller than a normal twitching Banshee, which is actually really cool that mine's taller, because it makes her a lot scarier that she's so tall and really creepy. And I actually really like her being taller like this a lot more. They're supposed to be 6 feet. Mine's 6.5 feet because of the extra pull. So it gave her about a half foot more Like, just oomph. Mine is customized a little bit, but it's not so crazy to the point where it's not really shareable. So basically, I deconstructed her wig and put it back together and made it so it wasn't. It was like this big, just mass of black, just on her head, and it was like this ball of just this. It was like a big ball, and I took it apart. And it's in an actual wig. It's in rows, and I cut out rows, and I brushed them out. And I put them on the head, and I glued them, and rows, and she does have some bald spots where I just didn't have enough hair, like right there. I don't really mind. She's supposed to be like an old, decrepit lady, so it kind of works in its own way. But that's why mine's a little different. If you've ever seen a normal one, especially the Costco ones, their hair is just freaking insane. Even the Spirit one's a little crazier. I wish they kept, the Spirit one had these two long locks of hair. It was right here. And they would go down about here. And they took it off the Costco ones. And the German one doesn't have it too. There's a German one too. I forgot to mention, the German one has white hair. It's the same thing, where it's just crazy and matted. But they didn't they didn't keep that, which sucks a little bit. The dress is pretty much the same as the original. I think it's just stained a little different. I think SVI just developed different staining techniques since then. Mine's missing her breastplate. It's really not that noticeable. It doesn't really affect her in any way, shape, or form. The audio is like a stock scream. I did not do a demo of this, and I'll explain why. Her activation is so short. I just didn't see a real reason to do a demo. So this is going to be a review and demo, like how I used to do them back in the day. It's just because her activation is so short. I think she has the shortest activation out of all the twitching props. So, and I have her on continuous, so I'll let her go a few rounds. The only issue I really had with mine was when she got shipped, something like the temperature changed, messed up her belt. So her belt stretched out. So I had like 3 rubber bands where her belt's supposed to be, and that's how she runs. So she runs a little slow because of that, but she still runs okay. I just need to get a new rubber belt, which I will get eventually. I just need to get a kit and then pop one in there. That really is not a problem for me to do. I mean, that's a really simple fix. I think these like retail for $200. I got mine for like, God, I don't think this one was $50. I think I got the witch and the I think it's for like $125, and then I got the witch for $50 and the untimely death for $50. I got a really good deal. Is what I'm trying to say. I got like a really good deal on this and everything else that he sold me all together, off of Mercari. This was like an absolute steal. Again, I really want to kind of show off that face. Like, it's so gnarly. I love that detail. The eyes are really unique to her. I don't think they've used these eyes on anything else, which they're really cool. The mouth, like these really long, sharp teeth. She's like this very thinned out, kind of malnourished old woman. I really like the look of her. She even has ears. So for all the little detail people, yep. She has this really like just gnarly expression. She looks just so crazy, and her eyes are all wide, just bulging out of her head. And then she has a kind of normal, you know, kind of clawed SVI hands, which I think are actually really fitting for her because she's so thin. And she's supposed to look like this really thin and malnourished lady. So I think it was really fitting. And I like this kind of gauze they put over this thicker gauze, basically. I like kind of how wispy it is. They add, because she's basically like a ghost. That's what banshees kind of are. I think they're basically ghosts. And here's a man who doesn't like her. But yeah. So let's get on with the demo. I have an adapter, a longer one. And these are loud, by the way. these are really loud animatronics. Like, really, really loud. But yeah, that's the Twitching Banshee. If you can find one secondhand for a really good price, or if they make another comeback, which I really see them going wholesale in the future with another wholesale company, get your hands on one. Honestly, I think they're worth like they're worth the 200. I think that all of them retailed for. I think maybe some retailed for like 150 around that point. But I think they're just worth those price points. They're really nice animatronic. Really creepy. Even as a static, they're really cool. I like the movement on the twitching prop. This is my first twitching prop. So now I know for sure I'll get the clown as well, because I like the clown too. But yeah, my only issue with them again is just the hair. If you want them to look this nice, you're gonna have to redo the whole hair, because you can brush them on as much as you want. You're just gonna have to redo the entire hair, like the whole hairline. It's just it's inevitable, you know. But yeah, that's the Twitching Banshee. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below, and I'll answer to the best of my ability. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.